Seems like 1,000 years ago. I fought my way out of that cave, became Iron Man. Realized I loved you. I know I said no more surprises, but I was really hoping to pull off one last one.
The world has changed. None of us can go back. All we can do is our best. And sometimes the best that we can do is to start over.
I saw all these people die. I keep telling everybody they should move on. Some do, but not us.
Even if there's a small chance, we owe this to everyone who's not in this room to try.
We will. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
I like this one.
God, seems like 1,000 years ago. I fought my way out of that cave, became Iron Man.
I like that.
Realized I loved you. I know I said no more surprises, but
I
really
love
hoping
how
to pull off
the
one
music
last
comes
one.
in, leaning more on the flashbacks to build up the
changed.
anticipation based on the years of accumulation of stories. I really think Hawkeye is going to be the standout, and I really hope that they actually I really hope he has a major role, because I really think that they could really do a whole lot with. I think he's going to come out as the guy that on the low people going to be like, yo, Hawkeye. He's going to have the intense story, and I think he deserves that. And I think they could do something real special with Scarlett Johansson, Black Widow.
I keep telling everybody they should move on. Some do, but not us.
Even if there's a small chance, we owe this to everyone who's not in
And I
this room.
like how they really make it a point to show you that they have a history.
We will.
And Thor's gonna put it down. I like how they doing Thor. Hey, my baby.
Whatever it takes.
I fuck with Ant-Man. Fucks with Ant-Man. And this is the money shot. I love this. The new suits. I like the music. Like it feels like it's gonna be way more intense. Way more intense. And when you hear the music, you already feel it. This is a cool way to end it, though. I don't know. She looks a little extra here, but I still haven't seen the movie. I know about all the nonsense with it. I'm not gonna touch on that in this video because I didn't even see the movie, so I can't really even suggest anything. I hope she plays well. I hope the interaction is gonna be real good. I do notice the lipstick, so I don't know if that's a thing. Like I said, I haven't seen the show. Seen the film, so Captain Marvel, not just yet, but from what everyone's saying there, you know how people read into things, but this is how I'm gonna read directly into this trailer, which I actually really do love. Like, I really think the trailer was dope. It didn't show anything. It really brought you in through the recap and through the music and that excellent Tony voiceover, like bringing you back to where it all began, how these characters interacted and grown together, the team. And this is mostly the core team, and we didn't even see Hawkeye in the last film for the Avengers. Actually, that was the first one he ever sat out on. So us seeing him since the last time we seen him in Age of Ultron with his family, and we didn't even realize that. We were so surprised that he was just really a regular dude. That was like an excellent balance. So now that you see, if half of the world was eliminated, imagine if it wasn't just his daughter. Imagine if it was all his family. Everything. His everything. And remember, we didn't realize how decent of a household. He was just a regular family guy. And he was thorough the way he was already based on his life experiences, probably prior or just being in the field. He really did live two lives. Now imagine when his life as Hawkeye is now, that's all he has left. He lost everything. There is no, we can't even figure out which one was the mask. He is Hawkeye. That's it. There's nothing else. Nothing left. You took everything away, and all that was left was Hawkeye. And I think Hawkeye gonna be a problem. I hope they do something with him. I never felt that he needed a film. He was a great supporting character. If you ever do it, I think he should be like in if they make a Shield movie or Nick Fury movie, I like to see him in it. I like to see him paired up with them, or like Scarlett Johansson, like do a Black Widow film, or Black Widow and Hawkeye film. Now that'd be kind of dope. Now I think that would be real dope, because you'll see how they could fight off each other. But we'll use that another time. We'll do that another time. But yeah, man, so that's the trailer. But let's really get into it. First off, I really want to get into the Avengers Endgame poster. I'm gonna just bring that up right now. Okay. Just so we could get into it. Now, a lot of people actually noticed that they didn't go with the grayscale with the red motif, and I think that was kind of like to symbolize blood, plus red is passion. So like, it was a very good choice. It was a very good choice to do that. Make it black and white, but only lift up one color. And why not the red? Red for blood, red for passion, right? But I like how they make sure that they have front and center the first Avenger. And I love how they have Chris Evans like posted up in the front You see actually Captain Marvel, and if you ask me, is it me or it look like this is an upgraded suit? So yeah, and they usually give different suits for each film, so this is gonna be a new suit, and it looks kind of dope too, to be quite honest, man. And I like how you see Thor is the next head you see. The real big characters you're gonna see is Iron Man, Thor, and Cap. But it's interesting how the next figure you see most prominent, you actually see is Captain Marvel. So she may in fact actually have a bigger role. Now I don't know if the stories, if they shot two versions, I could get into that another day. But for right now, I mean, I think she's gonna, and they say she's highly OP. She's gonna be the one that can actually, I mean, take it to Thanos next to Thor physically. Cap is like the heart and soul of the team, and in a way, you could say Tony's kind of the soul, but he's the brains. He was the first movie. You know what I'm saying? Though the first Avenger was and always will be Captain America. Well, unless you want to go into the story about the original Captain America. Well, the Captain America titles would be accurate because they kind of wrote in, said that during the Tuskegee experiment, there was actually a black test soldier. You know what I mean? But that's just a small caveat. But you see Hawkeye right down in the lower left-hand corner. I really like this post. I find it quite interesting that you see nobody else, all the dusted ones. So I wonder if this is going to be your main Avenger team in this film. I like how they actually have my man War Machine. Notice how he had the bigger suit. People forget, like, there's a small president in the comics because the later issues of War Machine, he's kind of become a cyborg of sorts. I never understood how, and why I always wanted to read back into and see how the hell did that happen. Because he kind of looked like Cyborg from DC, but he's kind of is a cyborg now. I think, like, when his eyes, like, is red, like legit, like a mechanical eye, I think he has, like, but it's embedded, so him losing his ability to walk or having very little due to the accident of Civil War, it has become a cyborg of sorts because now he needs a machine to walk. He needs a machine to get around. Now, so everything he's going to do is he's going to have to jump in the suit. You know what I'm saying? But again, like, and it's interesting, they have Okoye is going to be prominent in this one too. So I'm real interested to see how much, because she's actually bigger than, what's that, Nebula. Ant-Man, I find Paul Rudd funny. And they have Thanos off in the background. I think I'm like John Campia, and very few others, but I think he's not the only one online, but I'll jump into it. I have this weird feeling that Thanos isn't going to be the big bad per se. He will be the force that looms in the background. I think you want to keep Thanos around for down the line. People say that they think that there's going to be another big bad. Now, I'm not 100% sure if that's going to be the case, but you would want a bad, unless most of the fight scenes that they're going to have that are going to be different will be via time travel, but that's never been a confirmed decision from the Russo brothers. We really don't know. These are just floating theories that's out there online. But anyway, let's get off the poster now, because I really want to break down this trailer and the things that we did see. Now, I want to really not go via shot by shot per se, but I want to like pull certain particular things that I want us to talk about that makes us speculate a little bit more about what the end product. Like, will Tony and Pepper have a conclusion? Because we start off with him having a message towards her, and the issues that they always had with Pepper and Tony, which I liked, was because as Tony tries to his story arc has always been to find the better version of himself in a way. You know, he's growing. He's trying to figure things out and becoming an Avenger. And the visions is all navigating towards himself from being less of a narcissistic business prick to being more about people, about his team. Can he be able to tap into his most sincerest and vulnerable of selves and be vulnerable and project himself out like that outwardly, instead of being kind of so shelled in behind the alcohol, being crass in the ass and hiding behind all the, because I think that's genuinely who he is. He's a fun personality, but I also think that a lot of that also masks the deeper parts of himself that he's not comfortable accessing in front of people. But as you can see, as he gets deeper into the team, you're starting to find more and more moments like that that's covered with that cynical, narcissistic attitude. You know, we noticed it when he said something about the coffee grinds and what was it, Civil War, in the middle of a deep conversation. Then he brings it back to what happened in Africa. It really bothered him. But that's just how he deals, how he talks, you know. So the question is, again, will Tony and Pepper have a conclusion? And I think they will. I don't know if Tony will die. I think there is a possibility the AI aspect would be an interesting way to take him over. But I think, if anything, he'll probably be more of a financier. I think he will sit out most of it, pop up more as an Alfred to the team. And then eventually you'll always bring Tony back. I think they'll always bring Tony back. Now, again, next up, we're going to talk about Hawkeye. Because like we said before, I think Hawkeye is going to have the biggest, most deepest. I think this is where we're going to have most of the drama. I really do believe. I think his loss is going to be at the apex. I think he doesn't just lose his daughter. I think he loses his whole family. When they say 50-50, that doesn't mean they're gonna go 50% of your family, 50% of your, no, it's 50-50 of the population, and that gets dealt out how it gets dealt out. Some people may come home and find their whole house empty. Who's to say a whole family won't completely just disappear? It's a luck of the draw. And that can't happen on a worldwide level. Several people just coming home and everything. I don't care if you had a family of 8. All of them was gone. Just you. Imagine how you deal with that. There's going to be some people that'll come home and no one's lost in their house. And they were lucky. But they're going to have family members that are gone. Of course, it's going to touch somebody. Everyone gets touched. It's all about how close to home does it hit. Inside. And as the water ripples out. And I think he's going to catch the worst of it within this team. And I think he's going to have maybe the final blow. If it comes to a fight down the line with Thanos, per se, I think he'll have the most invested. And I think that'll be kind of dope. The human being went at the Titan. And he stood tall against other Titans. And he went at the Mad Titan. And delivered the final blow. It'd be very David and Goliath. Next up,